Hi, I'm Roy Barraclough, and I'd like to tell you about a unique charity. It's called Pets as Therapy. Now, if you take the three initials from Pets as Therapy, you get the word PAT. That's why we call our dogs Pat dogs and the cats Pat cats. Pets as Therapy benefit over 100,000 people of all ages every single week. For many years, this charity has undertaken very beneficial work with their wonderful Pat dogs and Pat cats, and many people now know of that work in nursing and care homes. Pat dogs and cats bring comfort and companionship, and to some people these visits are the highlight of the week. You just have to see the faces light up when the dog goes on his visit to know that it's doing the residents good. You hear cries such as, "Here's my ray of sunshine, she's my reason for staying alive." This is just one reaction a Pat dog has brought. Lots of Pat dogs visit in hospitals, either on elderly or long-stay wards, or sometimes on stroke units, where the animals encourage patients to use their limbs again by petting them. Sometimes people who are clinically depressed go into a world of their own and stop communicating with others. And it's been found that Pat dogs and cats can very often get through this barrier and get them to talk again. Often this can be the very first step on the road to recovery. Pets as Therapy also arranged visiting Pat dogs and cats to take part in all sorts of other therapies. In rehabilitation units, for instance, these very special animals can be used to give patients hope. Phil was a long-term patient in such a unit after a devastating accident, where he was introduced to a Pat dog who, in Phil's own words, taught him to live again. Cats also have a very important role to play, and many Pat cats bring comfort and companionship to people, particularly in homes for the elderly. To reach this stage, all dogs and cats are temperament tested by Pets as Therapy's trained assessors before they can become Pat visitors. And of course, they're all wormed and vaccinated for health. It doesn't matter what breed or size the dog is, pedigree, crossbreeds or mongrels, it's the temperament of the dog that's of the utmost importance. At present, approximately 3,000 dogs and 92 cats are registered and provide regular therapy here in the UK. Pat dogs are even helping clinical psychologists treating children suffering from debilitating animal phobias. In this field, the results have been quite remarkable. Nigel Trevorrow is one such clinical psychologist who has used Pat dogs on many occasions to help in these cases.
Animal phobias can be very debilitating to children, young people and adults, and if they go untreated they can develop into much more worrying problems. For example, if a child was to be more fearful of dogs, they would start avoiding going places where they would expect dogs to be, whether that be a park or the seaside, and ultimately they'd miss out on a lot of opportunities in life, and if they go untreated they could develop into more worrying problems such as depression. As part of the psychological treatment package that we've developed, we have Pets as Therapy that contribute Pat dogs to the sessions. The session itself actually involves what we describe as helping the child face up to their fears. So we put them in charge of the session plan, and gradually they will identify some goals that they want to achieve in the session, and ultimately that might be the first session just looking at the dog, or ultimately working up to actually stroking the dog, or even walking the dog around at the end of the session. Pets as Therapy has been extremely valuable in the treatment that we've been offering to children and young people here at the hospital. On behalf of the children and the staff here, I would like to say a big thank you to Pets as Therapy. They've been contributed to life changes for the children we've worked with, and in the future I would be straight on the phone to Pets as Therapy to help out again.
It's wonderful to know that many children are now leading a perfectly normal life in the community that would have been impossible without the help of pets as therapy. Animals help children to develop and provide many useful learning experiences too. They learn that pets are not toys, but living things that experience pain, hunger, and insecurities just as the child does. From animals, children learn responsibility. A pet will listen and not condemn, and they'll not betray confidences. Their friendship is unconditional, and to many children, their pet is their best friend. To this end, the Junior Club was formed for young people up to the age of 18 who wish to support the work of the charity. Of course, pat dogs and pat cats also visit daycare centres, special needs schools, and even some prisons. It's good to know that Pets as Therapy don't just visit children, the elderly or the disabled, but people of all ages and abilities. Pets as Therapy really does have all-round benefits. Not only do patients in the homes and hospitals benefit, but the staff too relieve their stress by stroking the animals. And their jobs are made so much easier when their patients are happy and content. The patients benefit too, as the pat dog's visit gives them something to talk about to their relatives. The volunteers themselves benefit, as they like nothing better than sharing their clean, well-behaved pets with people who appreciate them. And lastly, the animals benefit, as they of course love all the extra attention, the cuddles, and perhaps the odd tidbit. Pets as Therapy is a national charity that benefits so many people across the UK, but they can only do so with your help. They receive no government funding and rely entirely on the generosity of supporters. Would you please help this service to continue in future years by remembering Pets as Therapy with a legacy or a simple donation in your will? Wouldn't it be wonderful to know that you've helped this charity to continue in the future and leave the gift of comfort and companionship?